Hi guys, so it's time for another booktube review. I just got done reading Blue Nights by Joan Didion, and I'm going to tell you about it. Blue Nights is kind of Joan Didion's follow-up to A Year of Magical Thinking. A Year of Magical Thinking was about her daughter was sick in the hospital, and simultaneously her husband died. And so A Year of Magical Thinking is her kind of dealing with his death and right after his death, which I did a review of that book. And then Blue Nights is supposed to be the follow-up, kind of, where she's, I thought, dealing with her daughter's death, and because her daughter dies in between A Year of Magical Thinking and this book. And I think 20 months after her daughter starts having some problems, she dies. And so within 2 years, Joan Didion loses her husband and then her daughter. Blue Nights was not like that. Blue Nights was a lot of her flashing back to Quintana's childhood, and was her talking about random memories of her own, like her own health problems and like memories with some friends, and asking a lot of rhetorical questions. I was mad because she didn't really talk about her daughter at all. She talked more about her daughter's illness in A Year of Magical Thinking than she did in Blue Nights. So that made me mad. And then she barely talks about her death. She mentions it in like maybe a paragraph worth of sentences about her daughter dying, and then she doesn't even really talk about it. I mean, I had to, after the book was done, I had to go look up why Quintana died, because she wasn't very clear in the book about why she died. And it turns out that Quintana had, she had pneumonia and got septic shock, and then she had a hematoma, I may be wrong, and then she ends up dying from acute pancreatitis. But I had to learn all that from the Wikipedia page, not from Blue Nights. She just keeps flashing back to stuff that doesn't really matter, and the rhetorical questions. I mean, there's pages of rhetorical questions in this thing, and I had to skip most of them. And then by the end, I was just, like, trying to get to the end to figure out, like, if she'd talk more about Quintana's death or not. So I did not like this book at all. And I'm pretty done with Joan Didion. I was just really only interested in these two books. And I don't really care for her style, especially if anything else is going to be like this. I'm done. So, on to my next book, which I'm actually more excited to read. Dun da da da! Orange is the New Black! I've been trying to get my hands on this ever since the show came out, but because the show's so popular, I haven't been able to get a hold of the book, and especially with the new season being out, it was a no-go. So I had to put a hold on it, and after a month of waiting, I finally got the book in my library, and I was already excited to read it, but now I'm even more excited to read it because Climb the Stacks, one of the booktubers on here that I like to follow, she did a review of it and she said it was really good, and I liked what she said about the book. So I'm excited to read that next. Yay! Hope you liked it. Love you guys. Bye.